This is about as raw as it'll get, I guess. What a 24 hours it's been. Today's Monday the 19th, I think, of May, 2025. Yesterday I fully surrendered. It was a big surrender. If you've ever hit rock bottom, if you've ever felt just completely kind of stripped away, the last couple of years in the film and TV business, it's been a nightmare for many people. It's been an absolute nightmare. This lighting sucks. It's been an absolute nightmare for many people. And for me, pretty much all of my income was gone. So we went through savings, we went through unemployment. I live in Los Angeles, I'm from Australia. We went through food stamps. Our food stamps ran out, so we had many times where we didn't have money for food. I'm 55 years old. I've worked in film and TV since 1987. It's the only job I've ever had. It's the only resume I can gather up. And so these last 2 years, particularly, even though I've had a couple of really amazing projects, but when you don't have regular income and then no income for quite a long time, and you live in Los Angeles, the shit dwindles. And I've got 3 kids. One of my children, our eldest is away in college in Australia. I didn't even have the money to support her. Thankfully, we have a couple of family members who help her with college. Otherwise she's 100% self-sufficient. I can't even send her $50. So, as most of you probably know, I've got a good spiritual practice, spiritual community, and yesterday, Sunday the 18th of May, I went to the Way of Meditation service with Reverend Michael Bernard. That's a young kid in an M4 or something, Beverly Hills High School. I went to Way of Meditation with Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith, my good friend Andrea Bassani. He drove me there at 6 a.m. and we meditated. It's a very deep practice. It's the foundation practice of the Sunday services. And so these past couple of years have been extreme, and fortunately I have a spiritual practice to draw on. Hang on, I'm coming. The pressures and undulations of that financial stress, no matter what the situation you're moving through, whether it's some kind of addiction or financial pressure or whatever, especially when you have a family, it can feel dire. And thank God I've got a spiritual practice, because I know I've got a spiritual armor. So even when I felt completely down, where there doesn't seem to be any hope, there's something there that I can draw on. And there's been many of those occasions in the last couple of years. So we've been tossing up of having to return to Australia. We had to leave. We can't sustain life here in America anymore. But truth be told, I'm literally at rock bottom. I have less than zero, and debt. So it's been crazy. And yesterday after meditation, we had a great conversation with my buddy Andrea, talking about surrendering. Surrendering in a spiritual sense is really just letting go and allowing Spirit or God to take over fully. It doesn't mean giving up. That's not giving up. It's different. And so we had a good conversation, and then he bought me groceries. I came home, and before my family had woken up, I was preparing to cook breakfast, and having a very deep meditation yesterday morning with Reverend Michael. And then as I'm preparing to cook breakfast, I just got this incredibly loud download from Spirit. It was vocal. And it basically, the voice, the message came to me clearly: let go, completely let go, and I've got this. God was saying, I've got this. And then I heard clearly, you have to reach out and start a crowdfunding campaign. It was along those lines. It just came, it was like a big thump. And creating a crowdfunding campaign and asking for help in such a public way is the most naked I could ever think of doing. I'd never thought of doing it. I never wanted to do it. We need probably $60,000, $70,000 to get home, and flights, moving, accommodation when we get there until we get jobs, etc., just to give us a runway. And I'd never ever thought of contemplated. I just was in so much stress about it and denial, and my ego was taken over, and what will people think? And then that hit me. And at the same time, I started reading this message from this wonderful gentleman on LinkedIn. I'll put his name in the chat, from Australia. He's got many followers. And so I was looking at LinkedIn, and there was this wonderful Aussie guy on there. I'll put his name in the chat. He was talking about a footballer in Australia who had committed suicide recently, very tragic, 40 years old or something, and how the percentages of men that are committing suicide is too high. Well, this has been something that's been big in my realm, and I've been on the edge myself with stress and pressure. And I've never understood why we always call it mental health, and these many campaigns around helping and are you okay and all this sort of stuff, when really I always thought it was not mental health but spiritual health. Mental health is saying there's something wrong with you. No, there's nothing wrong with generally. And I probably would assume, and I don't know any statistics, but I would assume that a lot of the cases may be boiling down to men not speaking up about their financial situation, or I would assume that, right? Because when you grow up as a male in a Western society, there's a certain amount of rules and what's the word? Considerations that you're supposed to have. You're the leader. You're the head of the house. You're the breadwinner. You've got a house. By the time you're 30, you've got, certain amount of money. By the time, certain milestones. And if you haven't hit those milestones, or if you've failed and lost, then the pressure's insurmountable. And so I would assume, and I'll take a guess, that most men who have committed suicide above the age of 40, let's say, probably it's a financial situation. During the global financial crisis in 2008, that was the case. Many people, men who had millions of dollars one day, then didn't have millions of dollars, were literally jumping off the cliff. There was a lot of suicides during that time. Excuse me. So at the same time, I got this clear download from God: reach out, let go, and just reach out. That's letting go of your ego, right? What will they say? What will they think? What will people say? Let it go. So I got that message. At the same time, I'm reading this LinkedIn post about this suicide, and from this gentleman, I'll put his name down there, who was talking about how it's not good enough. We've got to do something about it. Well, that hit me. At the same time, it hit me to do a crowdfunding campaign. And so I took action. I've been in the United States for 30 years. I left in March 1995. I left as a 25-year-old, a boy. And I was looking into it, and this is what's probably, I think it's called a Saturn return, 30 years. And I feel like I've just grown so much, and especially in the last 2 years, and especially in the last 6 months. I feel like I've grown phenomenally. And it feels like it's time to return. We have 2 more kids here. My son is finishing high school in 2 weeks. It's very stressful. My daughter's finishing grade 10 in 2 weeks. So there's some upheaval happening, but if we can remain rooted and grounded and staying in joy and not looking at this as a tragedy to have to move, but seeing the joy in it, the fresh start, etc., then we remain calm, we remain rooted, then they will cope much better. So going back to yesterday, Sunday, when I received this message from Spirit, it was the clearest divine message I'd received since I got the vision for my books 10 years ago. I read this LinkedIn post and I thought, you're right, you just got to let go, like speak up. Who cares? In the cosmic scheme of things, who cares if Graham Steele's lost everything and can't find a pot to piss in? Doesn't matter. I know I've been a giving person my whole life. The amount of people who have benefited from my generosity, my givingness, which is how I always want to show up. It's not how I should show up, it's how I wanted to always show up. Giving, helping people out with work. There's one guy here, he moved from Australia, didn't have any connections. Basically his whole last 5 years or whatever in America have been because of my helping him get work. I've always done that, given money when I could, always. Donated when I could, tithed when I could. So I believe in the law of reciprocation and circulation. You don't spend money, you circulate it. And so I started the crowdfunding campaign yesterday. It was an incredible stress, but I did it, I set it up. I had a goal of 55,000. I should have put down 100,000 because I don't want to put any caps on God or spirit, and we probably might need about 80,000 at least. But again, the number doesn't matter. The idea of circulation, and so what happened was all of a sudden, as I started promoting it and pushing it out there, all these people started donating from all over, and it was just very emotional. I'm completely floored and humble. I'm not really, because I know that I've put in the work myself, and so I know that there's the law of circulation, and these wonderful human beings have just shown up and given so much love. The number doesn't matter, whether it's $1, 100, 1,000, 100,000, a million. It doesn't matter. The same law applies. So all of you out there who have been so generous, and I'm so humbled. It's very heavy and emotional to stand out in front of a crowd naked like this, to do that crowdfunding campaign and put it onto social media so everyone can see it. You know, but then the ego's judging, going, oh, what are they going to say? What are they thinking? Blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. So I'm just saying this to say that if anyone out there, if any of you out there have ever felt the pressure that you may not have achieved what you needed to achieve, or you've lost everything, fear not. Put that stuff aside, right? Like Ving Rhames in Pulp Fiction was saying to Bruce Willis when they was setting up the boxing match. He said, "It's going to sting, Butch. You know, that pride is going to sting. It stings. But you know what? It's better than not being around, you know? It's better than taking the ultimate decision and ending it all. Because you're worth something. You're worth being here. Your voice, your unique vision. Your family needs you. You don't know who down the track is going to need you. I know I add an incredible amount of value to this planet. I show up. I love. I share. I give. I gift. I tithe. I donate. I show up as best I can. And I've got so much to give. So much to offer. So I know that no matter if I'm in this financial trough at the moment, and it's painful in this, but I'm not, that's not me. I'm bigger than that. And I'm not someone who hoards. I'll never be someone who has $100 million and just holds on to it. No, I'll be circulating the hell out of everything, right? So out of it, just know that, take it from me, this was a humbling, powerful experience, but it was so almighty divine that you will find such freedom and gratitude in doing this. So no, just reach out, DM me, whatever. You're not alone. All you men out there especially, you're not alone. Okay? And out of it, just more creative ideas about what we can do to support and have support systems and for other men in real tangible ways too, not just in talk and are you okay? No, I've got the experience, many years of study and many years of experience to actually do tangible stuff. So I just want to leave you with that. It's a hard decision, but we're just going to do it. We're going to start fresh. We're not giving up. This is not giving up. Surrendering is not giving up. Surrendering is giving it all to God, Spirit, however you want to language it, doesn't matter. Surrendering is giving it all to God and saying, you know what, God, take the wheel. Take the wheel. I let go and I let God. It's all yours. And breathe into that. God bless you all. Please, if you feel like sharing the link for the GoFundMe account, I'd appreciate it. Or check in. I'm here to support in any way. Okay? I love you all. Cheers. Thanks a lot.